Yeah, case in point. I mean, standing on your values, especially, is something that really helps. But I think back years, and it's in the book too, about saying no to Walmart.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know,
tell us about
it
that.
was I went in, we got the contract. I didn't hear from them for a while. When I heard back, they come back and the price was like 20 or 22% higher than the price I quoted. And I said, I can't sell to you for that. And they said, well, that's how we do business. And I said, well, I gave you the very best price I had the first time out. That was the deal. And it was, well,
Mhm.
just do business in, go to Mexico or something. And I was like, I'm not in business to employ a third world country. It didn't stand for, what we had. And I thought my employees would be really upset because they're like, oh my God, I can see the bonus now, right? Get all this new business.
Right.
And it was really scary to come back and say, hey, I turned it down because the money just, it wasn't there. And they supported me on that. But I've said no to, one retailer said, well, I'll put you on end caps if you put a clamshell package on your product and make it look more like China made. And you can make it in China and you're going to get scale that way. And I remember them, and I said, no, it goes against our values. And they said, no offense, but you're not going to make it in business if you don't get what the retailer needs. And I said, to me, it's more about what the customer needs. And I want to build a brand that is going to be enduring for all these years later. Well,
Wow.
lo and behold, years later, because of those decisions, we're getting the end caps now because the time is here and people, we've built enough awareness and people can come in and find that product and buy it. But those are some of the things I talk about in the book and the ways of making decisions from your values, not just money.
Right,
Make
right.
this see.
I mean, you must have been so grounded or rooted in your values
Yeah.
to make that decision.
And I happen to think too, every business has its right growth rate. And over our first 10 years, we grew 45% on average, year over year over year. Year.
Wow.
And over the last 8, I just looked at it a week or so ago, and it was more like 22% average year over year over year. Um,
Okay.
but, we were profitable. We had strong cash flows. We're a good place to work. We were still growing triple digits with our category was growing. So
Mhm.
to me, I saw that as good. But our investor, for instance, is like, that really doesn't excite me. I think we could go faster, grow bigger. And, for some reason, it just everything that we've tried and it's sound things really didn't give us any more momentum than if they would have happened through the relationships and organic and the best things we've had for growth have come from employees.